Today we will be working on Skills 2, page 1. We'll review the types of lines before we start and the types of angles. All right, types of lines, there are three types of lines that we have covered. The first one is intersecting lines. Intersecting lines are lines that in a plane that cross exactly at one point. Intersecting lines form four angles. So any two lines that intersect at one point and form four angles, that would be an intersecting line. Is this intersecting line? HI intersects with line JK at point X. So they intersect right at point X. Parallel lines are lines in a plane that are always the same distance apart. Parallel lines never intersect. So parallel lines always the same distance apart. Those are not. They're the same distance apart and they don't meet, they don't intersect. If two lines do not intersect but are not the same distance apart, these are not parallel lines. So these would not be parallel lines because they don't have the same distance apart. This distance is shorter than this distance. So these are not parallel lines. These are in parallel lines because they're the same distance apart and they do not intersect. Perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are lines in a plane that intersect to form four right angles. So the lines that intersect and create four right angles are perpendicular lines. Types of angles. Right angles are angles that measure 90 degrees. Sometimes they'll have this little square to show that it is a right angle that make a perfect square, a squared corner down here. Another way we can check is if we take something with a squared corner and see if it matches that angle. So if it matches perfectly inside that squared corner, then it's a right angle. It measures 90 degrees. An acute angle is an angle that measures less than 90 degrees. We can check with our squared corner. On an acute angle, one line will follow that edge. The other one's gonna go inside our sticky note or our post-it note. So this would be an acute angle because it's less than 90 degrees. So it goes inside that sticky note. If it stays within perfectly, remember this is a right angle. And if we look at the last one, an obtuse angle is an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. So we use our sticky note. One line follows that edge and the other ray sticks out. It does not follow this one. It's greater than this 90 degrees right here. So if it's greater than that 90 degrees of that corner, this is an obtuse angle. So if it's greater, that would be an obtuse. If it's less than this 90-degree corner, then it's an acute. If it's right at that 90-degree corner, then it's a right angle. All right, Skills 2, page 1 says, which of the following, in which drawing does line F appear to be perpendicular to line H? So we want perpendicular. Line F and line H. Remember, perpendicular lines form right angles. Perpendicular lines are lines that form right angles. So I'm going to look for, this is line F, and this is line H. Are those perpendicular lines? Remember, they have to form right angles. This is an obtuse angle, that's an acute angle, so no, these are intersecting lines. So this is a line F and line H. Those two do not even intersect, so they can't be perpendicular lines. These are parallel lines. We're looking for perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are lines that form right angles. This is what we're looking for. All right, so this is line F and line H. If we turn it over, this right here It's a right angle. That's a right angle. This is a right angle. And that is a right angle. So this one forms 4 right angles. That could be a perpendicular line. Line F, line H. Those two do not touch, but they're going to intersect if we stretch that out. So these three cannot be our answer. Our answer is C. Now I'm going to skip number 2. You can try that on your own. Number 3. Now here they're talking about angles. The Scala drew an angle whose measurement is greater than that of a right angle. So we need an angle greater than a right angle. So if we go types of angles, which one is greater than a right angle? It would have to be an obtuse angle. Measure is greater than 90 degrees. So my answer would be obtuse angle. I try number 4 on your own.